55. So if you're retired and you're over age 55, but not quite 59 and a half yet, then you can utilize this benefit called the Rule 55, and this allows you to take out money from your 401k penalty free, whereas if it was in an IRA, you would have to pay a 10% penalty. And so that's the benefits of doing the Rule 55. So we're going to talk about two things to be aware of here when you do this, and two things of where it can become beneficial for you that you may not understand or may not have looked at before. So the first thing to understand is that in doing this rollover from your 401k to an IRA, a lot of advisors recommend it. I do typically for our clients as well. There's much more options in an IRA than in a 401k. You can do Roth conversions in an IRA. Typically you cannot in a 401k. And so a lot of people may tell you, hey, move that 401k to an IRA. This is the one instance when I am very cautious about moving that 401k to an IRA, and we typically do not move it all to the IRA. And the reason why is, as I just explained, there's a 10% penalty when you take it out from the IRA. If you take it out from the 401k, the Rule 55 applies, there's no penalty. So keep enough there in your 401k to get you by until you're 59 and a half. And also just leave a little more in there for cushion, for comfort, in case you do need it. Maybe an extra emergency happens beyond what you're planned for, and that would be good to have that be there instead of taking out and paying a 10% penalty. I actually saw someone who their advisor advised them to move their entire 401k to an IRA, and then they were going to start taking income from their IRA now that they were retired, and they had to pay a 10% penalty. And they didn't know about this rule. They didn't know that they could have avoided this, and the advisor obviously didn't understand it either. And so I remember looking at their tax return and I go, why are you paying a 10% penalty? And they told me about this transfer and everything, and I told them, if you would have left your money here, there's no penalty. So you want to be ultra careful there when that time comes. The second thing you have to be aware of is when you call your 401k to implement this Rule 55. Your 401k company is probably not going to know what's going on here. They're not going to be able to give you tax advice. This is technically tax advice, so you want to make sure you work with your CPA. And so they may tell you that, oh, you can't do a Rule 55. And so we actually had an instance where we called a 401k company. We talked to 3 different people before we actually got some sort of an answer that this could be done. The first person said, nope, you can't do it. Now, if I wasn't on the call with the client would have thought, oh, we can't do it. We got to plan somewhere else. But I knew that we could do this. So I challenged him and I said, send me to your supervisor. I know we can do this. Talked to the supervisor. They at least didn't give me a blunt no, but they said, I don't know if you can do this. Well, get me to your other supervisor. We finally got to the other supervisor and they said, you probably can do this, but you need to check with your CPA, right? That's what they're typically going to tell you. So we checked with the CPA. They said, yep, this is no problem. Just make sure you inform us on how much you're doing and what's going on so that we can report it for your taxes. So what's the main purpose I'm trying to point out here? Don't listen to what the 401k companies tell you. Make sure you get the right advice from the right people to tell you exactly what you can do here. So now we're going to talk about 2 reasons why this can be beneficial for you. One reason is maybe you need a lump sum purchase early on in retirement. Maybe you want to go buy a big boat or buy a new house, or maybe you want to pay off a high interest debt that you have. And so allowing you to take out from your 401k penalty free will allow you to pay off those things if it makes sense for your situation. The second thing, the reason that this could be beneficial for you is that if you have your money in the 401k and you want to do a Roth conversion, then you can't do a Roth conversion within the 401k. But what you can do is you can roll that 401k to an IRA, then you can do a Roth conversion. But many people don't have the money outside to pay the taxes. So here's what we did for one of my clients. We simply did a Roth conversion or a rollover from their 401k to their IRA, but it was a partial rollover. We didn't roll over everything. And then we converted it from the IRA to the Roth over on the money that we moved over, and we didn't withhold any taxes, because remember, if we withhold taxes, we have to pay a penalty. And so what we did is we kept enough behind here, and then we just sent $10,000 to the IRS from the 401k. Because we did it that way, we avoided the 10% penalty, we got the taxes paid, and we got the money converted that we want to. So that's an opportunity that we typically see with the Rule 55, and another reason why you don't want to move everything to the IRA. So those are some helpful hints there for you with the Rule 55, and I hope it can be valuable for you.